today's math activity, I'm going to ask you to measure the perimeter of something that's in your house or maybe even outside. Remember, perimeter is when you measure the distance, or it is the distance around something. And it's easiest to find the perimeter of something that's a square or a rectangle. When you're doing this activity today, I want it to be something that's a little bigger in your house. I don't want it to be the perimeter of a book or the perimeter of an iPad or of your Chromebook. I want it to be something like maybe the perimeter of a table, maybe the perimeter of your bedroom, maybe the perimeter of your bed, maybe the perimeter of your driveway. So I want it to be something that's a little bit bigger. I also want you to use two different units of measurement when you're measuring today. So you could use something traditional like a ruler or a measuring tape, but you don't have to. And I know a lot of people might not have these in their house, and that's fine. So I'm going to measure the perimeter of this table right here, and I'm not even going to use a tape measure. I'm going to use my shoes to start. When you're using some different units, it just needs to be anything that's the same size. And obviously my shoes are the same size. So to start, I'm going to measure the length of the table in my shoes. So I'm just going to count how many times I move my shoes across the length of the table. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that'll be 4.5 length. So I'm going to write that down. My length is 4.5. Now, I'm going to do width. Let's see. Width is the shorter part. 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to write down the width is 3. And remember, perimeter is all the way around. So I need to do another length. Oh, I think I already know the answer. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be 4.5. Okay, so I have another 4.5. And my other width should be the same. 1, 2, 3. So if I have all these numbers, I will add them up. 4.5 plus 4.5 plus 3 plus 3. So the entire perimeter of this table in shoes is 15 shoes. So now I'm going to measure it in a different unit. This time I'm going to use markers. Again, notice that they're the same size. Okay? So I'm going to measure the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5. So I'm going to write that down. 8.5 markers long. Now I'm going to measure the width. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to say 5. I'm going to round that to 5. So 5 is my width. Again, my length should be the same. It should be 8.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. So I have 2 8.5s. And my last one, again, should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I add up these, I should get a total, 8.5 plus 8.5 plus 5 plus 5, I get a total of 27 markers. So you can see here how I measured the perimeter of something. And again, I want it to be big, and I want to see it in 2 different units. When you post it on Padlet, you can take a picture of what you measured and give us the 2 different units. Or you could also just draw a picture of it and tell us the units. I'll show you examples of both on Padlet. All right, so have fun today, mathematicians.